go ahead and record there. So here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Well, Mayor Shane, welcome back. Mayor's Monday here at WSAU, WSAU.com. You are broadcasting live from what appears to be the mayor's palace down there in Wisconsin Rapids. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
I've
Working.
been asked many times about the mayor's house. I said, the mayor does not get a house.
No, well, you're still doing pretty well down there. It appears. I've got the shout out to the alma mater going Southwest Minnesota State. Again, for everybody that knows, yes, go ahead and laugh. I've got some Minnesotan in me. But nonetheless, I mean, you and I just talking a little bit off the air here, man. We are stumbling to the end here in 2020, but I think the important thing is for everybody is that we're getting there. The finish line is there. We can see it no matter how weary and tired we are at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I was on the radio this morning also, and it's trying to take the glass half full approach here, and hopefully we get through this and we start maybe seeing some different results here in the next several months, and try to get some semblance of normal coming back here eventually.
Mm-hmm. And again, for people that pay taxes, normal at this point is getting that postcard in the mail, that Christmas present from the municipality, and you've completed your budgeting process and everything. And so, give us an idea of how things turned out down there in Wisconsin Rapids going into 21.
So there was previously over last 8 years or so, we've accumulated an amount of debt, and so that had to be, we've got to pay for it now. So there is a nominal increase in taxes. I think it was like 2%, and that's to help cover the recent debt. And so it wasn't too bad. And so our gifts, I got my gift the other day, and we're in full swing in collection mode. It's kind of unique though, because we have limited access to City Hall, we're not doing any in-person tax collection because of the crowds that end up waiting in line.
Mm-hmm.
So for safety and for staff's concern, we're doing a non-in-person collection. So we have a drop box out in front of City Hall. Inside City Hall, we have a table set up with information. I highly encourage people not to bring cash. If you have cash, I'd go get the money order, because surprisingly, a lot of people like to pay with cash. And so, if you have a money order or a check, and you can drop it off there, and they will get a receipt mailed out to you.
And then you can also, and we've talked about this in the past too, anything that you can do at City Hall, nearly anything you can do at City Hall, you can also do online or over the phone as well, for those that maybe want to pay with, out of the bank account with the debit or credit card, or with a check over the phone, correct?
Yep, absolutely. That's correct.
And then online as well, you can kind of get all the information on how to do that, because you mentioned there's a lot of people for people like me or my age, it's second nature to do something like that online or over the phone, but still a lot of people do like to do that business in person.
They do. There's a large number of people, and we do a large in person up till the end of the year, especially because of tax returns.
Mm-hmm. So those payments, when do they need to be made again, or at least the first portion of it, if you're not paying the full bill in full?
The first installment is due January 31st. And so, or first installment or in full by January 31st.
Mm-hmm.
We collect a large part of it, by December 31st, though.
So then, and then going into 2021, as far as the budget goes, how do things look for residents? I mean, can they expect any big projects, any big purchases from the city?
So I'm not a big project kind of guy. I think we need to focus on maintaining what we already have, and then just trying to provide basic city services at the highest level for the most cost effectiveness.
So everything's this year is just going to kind of be just a little something here, a little something there, and maybe
Correct.
we'll reassess the situation.
Yep. And we have couple $1 million worth of road projects, or almost $2 million, $1.9 million worth of road projects set for this next year. So that will be, a big part of our public works department, which they do an amazing job every year. We do all of our own road construction and engineering for them, and I think they're very good at what they do.
Hmm. Then it was something that we talked about last time, and I wanted to just kind of get an update on this because it goes hand in hand with the whole road project thing. You were talking about a basically what it would amount to a savings account for those special assessments. If your house is on a street that is going to be reconstructed, that can sometimes come with a ten to
Large
twenty
bill.
thousand dollar bill for you. You said you've gotten those for properties that you own in Wisconsin Rapids. Where are we at on that situation? Because I know that's something you're exploring and maybe wanting to implement sometime early in 2021, if possible.
Yep. So they're in full force. Our engineering department, our public works director is working with an engineering firm to. So the council, I guess I should back up. The council approved going with the street utility, looking at creating a street utility to fund construction and maintenance, or start to make that shift. So it'd be shift off taxes to a fee, and the plan would be to adjust taxes accordingly. And so right now they're pursuing and looking and get asked RFPs to what it would cost to develop this utility, working with an engineering firm. So they are moving ahead. Um, and I think it would be, if we could get going next month, I'd love to see that. But it's obviously it's a newer concept in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
It's not. We're going to be breaking some new ground here, I think, and hopefully we can put together a good, fair, equitable system that other communities can model after.
Then I know you mentioned that this is kind of breaking new ground. Have you had a chance to see just exactly how many municipalities in Wisconsin have this system, or would you indeed be the first?
I don't know if we're the first. We might be behind the first a little bit, but it is a relatively new concept.
Mhm.
And
And
so they're
yeah,
meeting at the state level, and
yeah.
our public works directors on a panel. So it is kind of a relatively newer concept, and looking forward to see where it can go, and hopefully we can put together a good product for the community that's fair and eliminate that special assessment that is it's miserable. Yeah, to be honest, it's miserable getting that bill, and it's a lot.
Yeah, and again, knowing that you're doing this right, because knowing that some other areas, especially here in central Wisconsin, you might have people looking and saying, "Let's see how this works out here before we
Mhm.
go and implement it on our own."
Yep, we always kind of like to let somebody be the guinea pig and try it out, and we can make tweaks on what they've done.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll certainly be looking forward to seeing where that goes over the next few months and what
Absolutely.
that looks like once it is implemented, if it is implemented
Mhm.
down there in Rapids. It's again, we mentioned it's winter. I was going to talk about street maintenance, but obviously you haven't had to do a whole lot of that lately, so you are saving some money there. But we will talk about some wintry things here, including outdoor ice skating, because I'm sure the pandemic is kind of having an impact on how you're conducting things this year for outdoor skating.
Yeah, so without snow, fortunately, it's good for our street department and snow removal and salt budgets. So the longer we can go without it, I think the happier the community is, because it always gets a little contentious about snow removal and cleanup. But with we have the new Wisconsin Rapids Recreation Center, and the front circle is being converted into an ice skating rink, and so our Parks Department and Street Department are working on getting that set up and trying to get some ice made. Our weather hasn't been cooperating, and so if we can get some cold weather for a while, we can get ice being made. But with COVID going on, we can't open up the warming shelter. So a lot of it's going to be you show up, ice skate, but you won't have a place to warm up. And as long as parents realize that they drop off their kids, there's not going to be an open shelter for them to go in and use.
Yeah, so you'll have to be uh, warming up in your car, make sure you're dressed for the
Correct.
weather, or I guess just make it a short visit to the skating rink then, right?
Yep, no campfires.
No campfires. No, not on public property like that. That's something
Correct.
you gotta have a permit, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and I know we're talking about the area at Winter Field, right, where the new aquatic center is. I know that was part of the justification for the municipal investment in that was the year-round use of it. And I know there's also some plans for lowboard hockey out there as well. So you're going to have times for that for the old guys to lace up the skates and reminisce about the glory days, correct?
Yeah, I believe this year the lowboard hockey is going to be held at Robinson Park as it has been previous years. We haven't made that transition, but yeah, lowboard hockey will be set up over there, and yeah, and get out and lace up your skates and kind of go for it.
Yeah, and that's not your thing though. You're not an old hockey guy.
Oh, no, I'm not an old hockey guy. It wasn't very popular when I was going to school. They kind of had some recreation things, but it's definitely not like it is now.
No, and so no low board hockey with the mayor, but we may have skating with the mayor at some points.
Right. I enjoy go watching the River Kings and watching hockey, and I know a lot of people, but I've just not been a hocky player.
No, no. So
Now my bones maybe might be a little brittle too. So
yeah, that's I think that's for all of us that used to play back in the day, no matter how far removed we are from it. And of course it's funny how those stories get a little more glamorous as we continue to tell them over
exactly,
the years, right? S-
exactly.
so that's something we're looking forward to winter wise. I mean, as far as anything else outdoor Christmas holiday displays down in Wisconsin Rapids, have we gotten any of those going yet?
Yep. So our downtown has a lot of lights that the city puts up. Previously, just before Thanksgiving, uh, the Chamber of Heart of Wisconsin, they did a reverse parade. So in the downtown, so they did a reverse parade. The lights were also put on or turned on for the season that night, so then people could check out the downtown lights, and so that's been going on.
Hmm. And then the trail system in Wisconsin Rapids too. I know that's still something that you like to maintain year round and things like that. That's going to continue into the winter as well, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. We keep our paths cleared and available.
Then, as far as as we continue to look forward into 2021, what is on the city's radar for next year? What should people be watching for as we get ready to turn the calendar over?
Well, I think it's about responding to the maintenance of our existing projects and making sure that we are doing our best to continue to keep our projects that we have done previously in the best of shape, responsibly by budgets, and just kind of answering those needs this year. We don't have anything slated to any large projects other than our normal street construction, and uh, and hopefully we can get through the year with some responsible budgeting and some conservative budgeting and expenses.
Yeah, because I know in the past the city's invested quite a bit in things like housing and some other various projects. And so I'm guessing here in the next few years you maybe want to kind of back that off just a little bit.
I think we always have room for single family and multifamily, and our the market's pretty good around here. And I was told that it is hard to find property to rent, and I know our housing market is booming still. I talked to some realtors. Um, Nobody can figure out why, but for some reason our housing market is doing very well, given the situation, and hopefully we can continue that.
Then the big thing I think everybody's probably going to be looking out for next year is the grand opening of Matalko. Do we have any idea yet as to just exactly when that will be? When you get to go out there and cut the ribbon and start the aluminum soup flowing?
So I was just told this week that they did get their final occupancy to be able to take own or possession or use of the building, and that was the last thing I've been told. So I haven't heard of anything. I know a lot of people that went to Indiana for training, and there's a lot of employees that are excited about working there, and they're very happy about it. And so we're just looking forward. I'm looking also forward to be able to get a tour. I've had tours of it while it was being constructed. Now I'm looking forward to seeing it in operation and what they do there. But
Yeah,
we don't have a date.
Yeah, we still don't have a date yet. That's
No.
something that we're all kind of watching for. As I know that's this is one project that is kind of spanned the Zach Ruink administration now
Yeah.
into your administration. I'm guessing you've had some discussions with the Matalko brass up in Canada at one time or another.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is are you still getting a level of excitement out of them about what Wisconsin Rapids could bring to their company? And are there still discussions about possible further expansion out there as well?
Yeah, and so last time I did speak to them, there's talk about potentially getting into other aluminum type products, whether it be aluminum sheets. And so that discussion is happening within that company, and I am very thankful that are supporting having a business here. You know, during COVID, they had a couple of companies shut down because of COVID, and they continued with their process here to construct this plant, and which we're very thankful for, and very excited to see them get up and running and producing those aluminum billets or logs, however you want to call them, and watching that process happen here.
Yeah, it's from what I understand, it's not they're not going to be taking your spotted cow can and turning it
No.
into something else. It's a little higher grade aluminum. We're talking like truck rims and things like that.
Yeah, it's there's definitely I was surprised the metallurgy that goes into it and how they make a specific, I don't know, lack of better word, but grade of aluminum for their customers. And yeah, it's not they don't not take aluminum cans and recycle that. They, you know, it's aluminum ore that's converted over into a product based on their customers' requests on the composition of them, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's I'll certainly be looking forward to that
Hmm.
ribbon cutting ceremony and being able to be there and see them because it's in talking with the guys from Metalko up in Canada. It's something that they're very excited about, and it's they're somebody that's going to be great in the community as well there for Wisconsin Rapids. And I think with the way, as we kind of cycle back to what we talked about at the beginning, with the way things have gone this year, I think there's a lot of people that are very happy to hear that this project is still going forward, and there will be that kind of investment in Wisconsin Rapids for now and in years to come.
Yeah, and you know, and we cannot not talk about Verso a little bit, and
Right.
you know that's still out there. There's, you know, I've had conversations with Ohio, and you know they're still intent to sell the mill, and so we're hoping to see that happen and to support it in whatever way we can, and hopefully to see that switch turned back on and produce paper, which we have for over 100 years.
That's exactly what the city's known for, and
Mhm.
we hope to see that that switch turned, as you said, sometime in the near future. I mean, is the discussions that you've had with Verso obviously same things seemed a little dicey there for a while. Have they are there still talking? Is there any improvement there? Any movement?
Yep. So you know they're still intent to is sell it or operate it. So we're hoping maybe COVID will pass. Well, it will pass. I hopefully believe, and that we can start to see a new look in the economy and a rebound, or find a buyer that's interested in doing something else with it in the paper market and supporting that. So we're just kind of waiting and hoping right now and see that where that will get us.
Absolutely. Well, we always appreciate the time, Mayor Shane. And again, all the best to you and yours for the Christmas and holiday season. And we look forward to not only getting into the same room together sometime in 2021, but seeing, talking about some of these projects and seeing some of these things come to fruition there in Wisconsin Rapids.
Yes, I look forward to that. I look forward to, like you said, some face to face, and maybe we can go on some locations and show rest of Central Wisconsin some of Wisconsin Rapids, and I hope you have a great holiday and everybody else, and hopefully 21 will be a little better.
Yes, it's can only go up from here. Correct. Again, appreciate the time, and we'll look forward to chatting again next month.
Yeah, it's good seeing you.
All right.